Welcome back. The clock is ticking for the Duterte administration as the search for the country's third telco player still hangs in the balance. On this week's Outside Looking In, Gunter Taws of the European Chamber of Commerce Philippines says simply opening up the sector to foreigners could boost internet services. It's a toss-up between a spectrum auction and the highest committed level of service, or H-clause, on how government will go about its selection of the third major telco player. But for Gunter Taws, president of the European Chamber of Commerce Philippines, a combination of both is the way to go.
If you look at my small country where I come from, in comparison, Austria, with 8 million people, we have 7 providers, and the system works. And the government basically just rules out the basic rules and requirements that you have to fulfill, and then go in and bid, and may the highest bidder or the best bidder, may he win.
Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez earlier said a spectrum auction is the best way to choose a worthy competitor of Globe and PLDT. He asserts H-clause, the preferred method of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, would not improve competition in telecoms. The Philippines has the slowest internet speed in ASEAN. In spite of that, cost of access to internet services in the country is second to Singapore. To address this, Taws asserts the Philippines should level the playing field in the local telco industry and simply let the foreign players in. The Better Broadband Alliance echoes Taws' sentiment. On ANC's Future Perfect, the group's lead convener says choosing the new player based on the highest bid may be problematic.
If the government is going to collect money from the new player, which it did not collect from the incumbent, then that would necessarily put, a burden on the new player. It has to be clear what kind of approach is appropriate to achieve the objective of the selection process.
She adds the frequencies up for auction, in her words, are leftovers, and this method would only be effective. Instead of raising more money, the group asserts government should make sure the new player can provide quality service and expand telecommunication coverage. More stakeholders are expected to give their views on this matter Friday as the DICT holds a public consultation. And before